So Pokemon released this giant 14-minute trailer yesterday, and a good chunk of it was just kind of rehashing old information, like, ooh, wow, terastallizing exists! Aw man, the Grass Gym leader uses a Sudowoodo! But there were also a number of things that we just learned about, or information we knew that was expanded upon, like how any Pokemon can have any type as its Tera type. We were also shown that glowing Pokemon can sometimes appear in the overworld, and running into one of them will initiate a wild battle against a pre-terastallized Pokemon. The example showed a Jigglypuff with a Water Tera type, which also knew Water Pulse, a move it doesn't learn by level up. This implies that if you encounter a Pokemon this way, with a Tera type that's a completely different type, then it'll have a move with a type that's the same as its Tera type, even if it's, say, a TM or Tutor move. Speaking of wild battles, at the start of the trailer we see a trainer walking into a Lechonk, and the battle initiates almost instantly. There's no slow transition into the battle or anything, you don't even send out your Pokemon's just already sent out. It reminds me of Legends Arceus and how quickly wild battles start there, which, thank God that's something they brought over to the main series, cause having to wait like 10-15 seconds for a wild battle to actually start, it was kind of annoying, not gonna lie. We also got some information about Tera raids, specifically the kinds of cheers that you can give to your allies. There's a cheer that boosts your team's attack and special attack, a cheer that boosts your team's defense and special defense, and one that heals HP. It would appear you can use 3 of these cheers per battle, and you don't have to be fainted to use one of them. And that's a nice upgrade from Sword and Shield. What's not a nice upgrade is that TMs seem to be single-use, although you have the ability to craft more using League Points and materials that drop from Pokemon when you beat them or catch them. Gotta say, not the biggest fan of this. I would have preferred infinite use TMs. Even if these things turn out to be easy to craft, to me it just feels like they were kind of shoehorning in a crafting system to go with their big open world game. But one neat thing they revealed is the picnic system. You're able to make sandwiches with your Pokemon, and these sandwiches seem to bestow various kinds of boosts. Some of these boosts include making certain types of Pokemon easier to catch, for example. This feels like a better reward to me than whatever you got from making curry with your Pokemon. I legitimately don't remember, because I never felt the need to do it. Something weird that I noticed, though, is that you have a 10-minute time limit to make a sandwich. Like, is that really necessary? Both to have a time limit and to make it 10 minutes? I feel like you can make a sandwich in 2 minutes max. Of course, the big thing here is the new Pokemon that they revealed. And there's a lot of really well hidden ones that you might not have caught if you just gave this a casual watch. And heck, they aren't even like on the official site or anything. First, we'll go over Farigiraf, an evolution of Girafarig that they most definitely showed off. Farigiraf appears to be a normal psychic type, and it has 2 brand new abilities, Cudchew and Armor Tail. Cudchew makes it so that if you use a berry, then at the end of the next turn, you'll eat that berry again, which sounds like it could be a really fun ability to mess around with. Armor Tail makes it so that Farigiraf is immune to priority moves, which is another really useful sounding ability, and I imagine will probably be the more commonly used one in competitive play. We also had Wiglett revealed a few days before this trailer, which I'm not sure why people seem to love this Pokemon so much. It feels like the perfect example of what a regional variant should be, but it's just a completely different Pokemon. Like, the whole thing with regional variants is that they got used to their new surroundings, their new climate, and they adapted. That's what this is, but it's just a whole new species instead. This feels like the perfect thing to complain about being a lazy design or whatever, but I've heard nothing but praise about Wiglett. I would have assumed that there would have been a much more negative reaction towards Wiglett. Now, for those of you with eagle eyes, or who perused Twitter afterwards, there were 3 times in the trailer where we got a glimpse of a Pokemon, but it wasn't officially revealed. These were extremely well hidden too, like only visible for a second, if that. The first one is in the Team Star base, just after the 4-minute mark. It's in the back, and you can't really make it out too well, but people are speculating that this is a pre-evolution to Armor Rouge and or Ceruledge. I'm not quite sure I believe that personally, but I could very well be wrong. The second instance is around 7 minutes 15 seconds in as we're entering Artisan. In the minimap on the bottom right corner of the screen, you can see a few creatures on there that don't look like any Pokemon we know about. The final one is perhaps the most interesting one. Around the 9.5 minute mark, there's a bunch of various trainers taking selfies. These are all very quick shots that change from trainer to trainer to trainer just like that. But in one of them, located behind the controls, you can see something moving around back there, and it doesn't look like anything we know about. In addition to this, in the Chinese version of the trailer specifically, we're able to see the name of a material for a TM that was just a bunch of question marks in all other languages. Now, there's no other Pokemon in the series that has this name in Chinese, meaning it's the name of a new Pokemon. Whether it's the name of the Pokemon that was shown during all the selfies, or a completely different Pokemon, we don't know. But it was really neat to see all these little hints and peeks at new Pokemon, but not have them actually revealed. I think that was really cool, and it'd be neat if they did that more often. That's about all I have to cover today, though. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you want to help the channel, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Check out what's on the screen if you want some more Pokemon content. A big thanks to Lord McAfee, Mithril Monarch, and the rest of my patrons for going the extra mile and financially supporting the channel. See you next time, everyone.